Good afternoon. Welcome to the Hackathon Projects presentation session. This is it. Just the key messages before Nuno comes on stage and starts the round of presentations. First of all, thanks to all the teams that took our sponsors' challenges and decided to work on a project. Thank you for being here today. I know it's been 3 packed days. Some of you haven't slept yet, I guess. There's one over there. Second of all, a few advices for you. So you know the drill. Many of you have come to the stage before presenting projects. This is a little bit of work, but it's also a little bit of fun. So, you know, be relaxed. Make sure you pass the message. Do your best. I guess you've been training for the presentation, and good luck with that. But don't stress over it, okay? Just be cool. Be cool. Another message is for the investors. So everything is being done through the Telco platform, as I think you know. I advise you to save your tokens to the end of the presentation session. The reason for that is that not all of the projects on the platform will be presenting, and so there's the risk that you are sending tokens to a project that will not be presenting on the session. So it's better if you save it for the end. Listen to all the projects before that, and then make up your mind and send the tokens, okay? I think we have about 40-something projects to be presented, so it's going to take about 1 hour or so. And then we'll have about 30 minutes until the end of the presentations and the final prizes. So you'll have about 30 minutes to decide where you're going to spend your tokens, which projects. So again, the whole point of Pixels Camp is to celebrate talent and creativity together with our partners. This is a lot of fun as well. This year we have 25,000 euros in prizes. I think it's a record, so the 10 winning teams will leave Bright Pixel with a good set of prizes, which is good. And besides that, there's also investors in the room. So some of these ideas may actually become a startup and a business. It happened with Telco last year, and there's a good chance that this might happen again with any of these projects being presented in the hackathon. As you know, we've had the Insert Coin initiative together with Pixels Camp on Friday, and we had a lot of startups there. And I know that some of them were born on hackathons like this one, like Bright Pixel. So I hope some of these projects have a team that want to be entrepreneurs and build a startup, and we would be pleased as investors to look into you as well. Okay, so Nuno, are you ready? Let's start the project's presentations. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. So, we're about to start the first 4. The other ones on stage as well. Be ready. It's exciting. Eu dois. This is going to be hard, right? We're kind of improvising something because there's a lot of number skipping, and I don't know the ones that are skipping. So I have to do some magic to see who's next. Sorry?
Just a shout out for everyone. We need to organize them for all this because there's no search bar. So if I want to invest in a project and I can't find it, it's the best to organize by all this so they are in order of presentation. By 1, 2, 3, 4. You get what I say?
Não sei.
Ok, organizá-los por. Não. Organizá-los por número. Não está cá. Dá para pôr, só que a maior parte das pessoas que não vai ter. Vai ter só tipo isto tem random order.
Hi. Sound? Okay, they were telling me that on the Takai platform, order the projects by older, so they will be ranked by the number. So sort them by older, okay? Oldest. They will be ranked by the number. It was easy to follow up in the platform. Are we ready? That's project number 2. Are you ready? Yep. The name is The Card Network. 1, 2, 3, start.
Olá, boa tarde. Nós queremos apresentar um problema para uma solução, uma solução para um problema que é simples. Toda a gente compra cartões de visita, digamos, compramos 500 cartões de visita, partilhamos com 500 pessoas. O potencial de ligações quebra-se por aí, o cartão invariavelmente vai fora. Nós queremos arranjar uma solução para esse problema. Nós estamos a criar esta rede que se chama The Card Network. A ideia é simples. Com um cartão, queremos chegar ao máximo número de pessoas possível. A ideia é, temos um QR Code num cartão e vamos dizer que este cartão físico tem um QR Code ou uma imagem bonita e vamos partilhar este cartão com alguém. Vamos dizer que eu partilho aqui com o Anton. A partir deste momento, o Anton pode escanear o meu cartão e ter acesso ao meu perfil. Pode também fazer uma coisa interessante que é takeover do cartão e criar um perfil e associar o seu perfil a este cartão. Agora pode passar a outra pessoa que vai ter o cartão com o perfil do Anton. Vamos dizer que o Celso me passou um cartão a mim. Eu fiz scan do QR Code e agora estou no perfil dele. Eu faço takeover do cartão. Eu tenho a minha lista de cartões associados. Neste momento tenho aqui o cartão que o Celso me associou, que me deu, e eu posso consultar o histórico. Eu não passei a ninguém, o histórico do cartão é este. Eventualmente podemos chegar, vamos dizer, a longo prazo, a todo o mundo. Um cartão, todo o mundo, vezes 500 cartões, 500 pessoas. Façam as contas, é simples. Obrigado.
Thank you. Next project number 3, Open SL Android Pixie. Are you ready? Start.
We are Groot. Each year, tons of mobile phones end up in the landfills everywhere, mostly because they become obsolete and no longer support the most recent software updates. Our project aims to create awareness in masters like you. These phones, instead of trash, are free parts to use in projects. So meet the Pixie, the first open SLA 3D printer with Android. We used an obsolete mobile phone and built a mobile app that makes a web server and controls an Arduino motion. The mobile syncs the images on the LCD, and the UV light makes resin solid, printing layer by layer. And by the way, that's what you're looking at in the video right now. We hope that this project sparks your curiosity, and we hope that next year we can see more projects like these with mobile phones.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was project number 3. Next one, project number 9, Loja, easy shopping. Are you ready? Go.
Hi everyone. So, how many of you have grandparents that actually do online shopping? Exactly. So, basically, what we propose is a platform or an app, whatever we want to call it, that allows elderly people to actually be able to buy stuff online much easier. So, for example, if my grandparent wanted to buy some milk, he could basically scream to his phone,
"We have found 0 products."
or milk. He can actually add the item to his cart, and if he's too lazy to even scream or doesn't have a good diction, he can actually search for an image. So for example, I'm missing potatoes. I can actually add to my cart. And lastly, one of the big cumbersome with online shopping might be payment. So another nice feature we added is actually being able for your family to review your order and actually pay for it. So all of this is what we provide, and we help to have spark your curiosity as well. We're on the left stage, at the left side of the stage. If you want to talk to us, please come by.
Thank you. Thank you. Next one, project number 10, Pixel Care by 1/0. Are you ready? Start.
Good afternoon. A common perception of remote monitoring for the elderly is the idea shaped by a single pendant around the neck of someone and him falling or being on the floor crying for help, saying, I fell, I can't get up. We built the Pixel Care prototype to change the status quo, by reducing tech friction, bringing humanity and respect to remote monitoring, and focusing on stimulating interactivity. How did we do this? The Pixel Care companion can take many forms. On one end, it could be a mobile companion. It's a small, friendly, interactive accessory that an active elderly person can take with them. It has wireless charging. It identifies falls and abnormal periods of inactivity, and has a microphone and a speaker. On the other hand, there's also the companion orb, which is a low-fidelity communicator that stays in the room. It detects the environment of a room and also stimulates some interactivity. If you don't interact with it, it gives you a sign. So this means that two-way communication can allow for caregivers and families to drop in, and also attention-seeking tasks can stimulate those with special needs, like those that have Alzheimer's or suffer from dementia. How has this been made? The Pixel Care embraces an IoT solution.
Thank you. Next one, project 14, Webex. Are you ready? Start. Hey.
It's working. It's all working. I think so. It's not displaying. I don't know why. I broke something.
Okay. Are you ready again?
Yes.
I'll start.
Again. Okay.
So it happens. No worries.
I broke something.
Breathe a little bit, at least. Okay, start.
So, hello, fellow Pixels. I'm one of the developers of Webex. Webex is all about reinventing the web again. So, we came from a long road. We came from Web 1.0, from static content to Web 2.0, and we have social derived content, and we are walking towards the Web 3.0, so semantic and distributed web. So what comes next? We believe that what comes next is Webex. Webex is about interactions. Interactions with the web app, or we interact with the web with mouse, keyboard, and touch. And then we depend on tracking and so on to deliver better content to the users. So why not create something that is environment aware? So why not reinventing the wheel? So we came up with the IoT first web experience. With IoT, we can experience the web in different and new ways. So by connecting a dev board like the Microsoft one to a web page directly by WebSockets or using Azure, we can tailor the content that appears to the user. For example, we can change the background to something that appeals to the user based on the room temperature, or better advertising based on cool or water content, or maybe even have websites interacting with the real world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next one, 15, Bitateiros. Are you ready? Start.
We are Bitateiros. We were challenged to develop a solution for autonomous retail. And what is this? Today, when a customer enters a physical store, maybe there's questions to where the articles are, where are the products, are they included in a promotion? How do I pay seamlessly without having the hassle to going in lines? So we integrated our project with Sieves and Continent to integrate them both to make a seamless payment and checkout. These are our partners in our architecture. We designed this in-store customer journey where the client, with the application, picks his own items, adds them to his carrying basket. When he's leaving the store, he confirms the payment and just leaves the store normally. I have now a video. Okay, this would be the experience in the store. The client picks up from his basket the items. He adds them to the cart. Maybe he needs some more. He picks another one. He checks them again. He again goes to exit the store. He wants to check out. We integrate with Sieves to seamlessly pay through online payment. We confirm with security the payment.
Thank you. Next one, 17, Billie Jean. Are you ready? Start.
Hi everyone, we're Billie Jean, and I want to talk to you a little bit about human condition. So basically, humans are born, they grow, they run, they get old, they die, but they're also very curious and they want to learn about the nature and solve puzzles. Most of all, humans are lazy AF, and particularly engineers. So what does a group with 100% engineers, 50% physicists does in 2 days? Well, we decide, there we go. We decide to invent a program to solve physics for us. So the idea is simple. We gather data by throwing Billie, our IoT, in the air, or slowly move it around, and we collect the data of the movement. We then use genetic algorithms to figure out the correct trajectory equation of the device. We start with a population of equations that has evolved through Darwinian principles. The strongest, the one with the most accurately reproduced the data, are preserved throughout the generations while the weakest ones die. The strongest also reproduce themselves, and each generation has mutations and crossovers to increase the diversity. Eventually, as you can see on the graph, all of the population will be very similar to the model that we actually want to find. But the best part is that the trajectories are easy, but the sky is the limit, and the algorithm is independent to the model, so we're going to aim low and try to solve general relativity, black body radiation, and even quantum field theory. So give us your guys, and we'll solve physics so that we can just succumb to our human conditions. Thank you.
Thank you. That was impressive. Next one, 18, Yoop. Are you ready? Start.
So we're Project 18, Yoop. We're doing Microsoft and Hack for Good challenges. So many people informally take care for their elders, suspending their lives, sometimes over fear something happening. Our product aims to solve this problem, restoring some peace of mind to caregivers. For our tech stack, we are using DMX chip provided by Microsoft and Azure Speech Cognitive Services, specifically Loureiro from Azure too. We've built 2 mock-ups and actually implemented the smaller one. One is a bedside table with a remote wired buttons, and the other is a portable belt-buckle device, the one there we are showing. It should switch. It crashed.
Yeah, come on.
Wait. So, our device has a screen, an emergency button, a push-to-talk button with speech recognition. We have an accelerometer that, for sudden movements and fall detection, does routine notifications for medicine appointments, meals, sound analysis for distress situations. Our mobile companion app has emergency notifications from the elder to the caregiver, notifications of requests with timeout until the notification passes to the next caregiver for the elder. Ability to request status from caretaker triggers a text-to-speech on the device for the elder to answer. It shows the last sound and accelerometer events. For future features, we...
Thank you. Next one, 19. Beat Esqueiros. Are you ready? Go.
Hello everybody, our name is called Vitasqueiros and our idea is called Contigo. What if you could be healthy along your friends and family and earn some special discounts? Our application reuses Continent Online APIs such as authentication, search by barcodes and nutrition info. The application concept follows the consumption trends of healthy products and give you a healthy competition with your friend circle that you can add by scanning any Continent card and you'll receive some special discounts depending on your average consumption and on the end of the month. The competition is not by quantification, but show different avatars that represent your lifestyle consumption using a daily recommended average consumption. You can search any product in the store, scan by using your mobile phone, or in the future, automatically uploading your digital tickets using the Continent app. All the features will be available to be used by other applications. Remember, you need to... that's it.
Still have 15 seconds. Finished? Thank you. Next one, 20. Aging in style. Are you ready?
Yeah, I need to say the rest. You need to say the rest.
Aging in style. No CSS or sugar added.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Go.
So, who's going to present? It's the fifth element here, Fred, that lives inside my Mac.
In a small galaxy not far away, Darth Vader is getting old. The dark side is no longer strong with him. In these days he needs help with small tasks like Saturday morning shopping, and Luke isn't always available. R2-D2 is a young droid that loves to help other fictional characters. Darth just found out the app, Aging in Style with no CSS or sugar added. Using this app he may found informal caregivers like R2-D2 that are willing to help others and may be rewarded. Here is Darth using the site and searching for help to do some shopping. With this app we intend to provide a place that promotes active aging and a community shield so that aging people may be more autonomous. May the Force be with you.
So guys, that's it. Vote for us. Number 20, okay? Cool.
Thank you, Lisbon.
Thank you. Next one, 21. Pacom, is that right? Yeah. Are you ready? Start.
Meet John. John is an apparently healthy guy. He went to the doctor. The doctor gave him a diet plan and told him that if he doesn't follow the plan he will have heart problems. At lunch he goes to the restaurant. John tries to follow all the food restrictions. It's a tedious task. But not with With Map. John scans the restaurant menu and within seconds he gets the list of the most healthy dishes he can eat in the restaurant according to his preferences. is a mobile app built without systems that uses the Azure OCR service to recognize restaurant menus. Searches over 10K recipes using Elasticsearch, and with the help of machine learning techniques, calculates fat, calories, sugar, and salt of every menu entry.
Thank you. Next one. Project 24, Pixel Cube. Are you ready? Start.
Hi guys. Everyone needs to track time occasionally, and we wanted to use this event to give out to the community and build something fun for us. So we built this small cube called Pixel Cube. Pixel Cube is a do-it-yourself project that you can 3D print and develop at home. It's a pretty simple device that you can edit each side that you want. You can change the label, you can be a project, a client, a specific task, and you can set it as being productive or not. As you can see, it's pretty responsive. For the tech that we used, you can show the website, I think. You can check out the website. It has everything that you need to print it, and also it's an open source project, so we hope to get your feedback, ideas. Where is the other face now? Again, if you guys want to support us, it would be pretty cool to have thoughts, integrations that you may want to do. Everything is on GitHub. It's built using Arduino and Electron.js. So that is our project. Pixel Cube for you guys.
Thank you. Next one, 25, Unmanaged. Are you ready? Start.
Hi everyone. So firstly, who has ever changed their address and then forget, or for a long time they didn't update for service like banks and I don't know, contracts that you have? Well, Unmanaged is basically a personal data management app for humans and business that allows the person to store all the personal information and then share it, track it, manage it, that information with everyone, and also have a single digital identity, which means that they can be unique with that contracts, and then so safely share it. So the app has three rules. The first one is that all the data must come from a source and that it cannot be manually changed in the app. Or the second one is that all the data can be freely shared with everyone, every service. And the third one is that the service can also be able to share with you any data that is relevant. So what is a source? Where does it come from? So a source is any real-world entity, like a government, a company, or another person, and the data can be added in two ways: an integration, or the share with the services or the users.
Thank you. Next one, 26, Rooted. Are you ready? Start.
Okay, hello everybody, we are Root, and our motivation was taken from one of the Gulbenkian's challenges that is about helping migrants to make roots to get integrated into the Portuguese community by providing a multilingual platform for questions and answers that they may have. Why migrants and why not other types of people? Because they have a language barrier, because they live in an uncertainty, especially if they are refugees, because they can feel this shame of asking other people, because they don't have connections in this new place, because they are facing a different culture and a lot of other barriers in this new world, in this new life. So what we will propose, it's a solution, a QA platform, multilingual, completely multilingual, and focus on migration content, like the frequently asked questions of people coming to Portugal. So users can see questions that are top rated, top voted by other users of the platform, already existing content. They can look for other questions from other people. They can ask new questions, and these questions can be translated to all the languages of the platform, and they can upvote and downvote the existing questions according to the level of usefulness that they found. How do we think about monetizing this? Because we want this to be a free service. A sponsorship, service providers, schools, shops, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Next one, 27, Salazar, are you ready? Start.
Okay, so I'm sure you've heard of these very successful TV shows, like MasterChef, Iron Chef, some other kind of chefs, and you probably watch them on your couch, watching on the telly, and then you are inspired to cook something different today. You open your fridge, and what are the chances of having exactly that combination of ingredients readily available? Let me help you, it's none, okay? So our team developed Salazar. This is an app that's designed to be on the TV, but also works on computer, cell phones, iPads. And the idea is that you can watch your favorite shows, okay? So any show doesn't have to be pre-prepared. And as you watch it, on the side, you get the
rodelas de
ingredients.
azeitonas pretas. A parte branca de 2 alhos franceses cortados em rodelas. 600.
Okay, so as you can see, as they're introducing the ingredients, they are being added to your shopping list. Okay? Not only that, but we are identifying the quantities, and for instance, we translate what a tablespoon of sugar means in terms of nutritional value, and that's what you can see on the bottom. So as new ingredients are being added, for instance, when we added cheese, we went from green to orange and a bit of red. That means that's over your recommended daily dosage. And at the end, you can click checkout, and all the products are added to your mobile phone, where you can review the list and...
Thank you. Next one, 28, Beat Tights. Ready? Yes. Start.
Hello, so we are Beat Tights. We know it isn't easy to get some t-shirts and nudies here at Pixels Camp. Sometimes you need to beg or something. So we decided to build a platform to bid on these items using U-Trust payments. So you can get a free Zai bottle, stickers, a Talk Desk water bag, mugs, such amazing items. So we already had 10 happy customers, you know. Now this guy is able to charge their phone outside home. It's amazing, you know. It's only possible with us. And it's so amazing. T-shirts, Talk Desk. Oh my God, it's so powerful. And you see, it's so easy to use it. Basically, you put your email, a value and a bid. You are going to the U-Trust payments portal. You pay, and then you go back, and hopefully, if your bid is the highest one, you want the bid, and you want the item. And that's it. Go to our website, do some bids, and be happy, and get some hoodies to your girlfriend or grandmother or something. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one, 30, plus Ativa. Are you ready? Go.
Okay, we're Mais Ativa, a project inspired by the Hack for Good Active Aging Challenge. And a lot of us folks with grandparents lead such busy lives that we sometimes don't have enough time to give to them, and they end up, unfortunately, isolated. And so, according to Guarda Nacional República, there are about 45,000 elderly people isolated in the country. And this is not the only problem. A lot of times they end up with mental issues like dementia and Alzheimer's because of a lack of cognitive stimulation. And so, we built this app, Mais Ativa, that lets you play and voice and video chat with your friends and family, wherever you want. And not only that, but we're focused around the concept of gamification with what we call workplaces. So, workplaces lets you create daily tasks or quests, whatever you want to call it, that allows your family or doctors or whoever is allowed into the workplace to create tasks for you, like Don't forget to take your pills at 10 and you gain 10,000 experience and you level up that day and you're very happy. So the next day you want to take the pills again or do another quest that you happen to have. And that's all.
Thank you. Next one, 31. Hammer time. Are you ready? Go.
So we're Hammer Time, and we want to do a 2D multiplayer game. And we all know this guy that never tests his code and just deploys code to production. And then it's Thursday afternoon, and he says, hey, I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so you have to fix it. So what we are developers, and it's Hammer Time. We're going to hammer some code. And now the internet. So yeah, every level you have a few lines of code and you play with your friends and you just have to hammer down the code, any errors that you find. And then whenever you think you have the solution, you just press run and maybe you pass the level and you go to the second level. So whoever is fast enough to do all the levels wins and becomes the hammer master.
Is that all? Did you finish?
So much time. So yeah, we want to implement new features.
Like what?
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you. Next one, 32. igot.io. Are you ready? Start.
Hello, we are igot.io, and this is our approach to a fun I.O. game. Basically, we decided to make two challenges, the mini clip challenge and the MBA challenge, so the average player can enjoy EA's known work, microtransactions. These come in forms of skins, which you can see all across the board. The goal of our game is to try and find the players, which must disguise as bots. Clearly, you can see here, the player is killing bots, so he's losing points. But when he kills a player, he wins points. The objective is clear, you have to win points. It's a very casual game, but it can get competitive as long as you win the skill to win the game and try and experience the thrill and the excitement of finding another player and trying to hide yourself among the other bots to win the game. Okay, here you can see the transaction system with the MBA. We buy the skin, you can automatically select the skin to play. In the game, you play online. We invite you to test the game out once the internet feels better, because it's very laggy with Pixel Scamp. Sorry. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Did you finish? Yes. Thank you. Next one, 33. iEmergency. Ready? Start.
Hey guys, my name is João Pedro. The problem here is how do we understand the world. For us here is easy. We come in, we try to connect to the internet. Hopefully it doesn't work. Then we go up and look for things that we need, which is easy, that's the bathroom. And learn some common sense, such as where are to find the badges, how can we exchange things, get some hoodies. That's kind of something that binds us. And when it hurts, we don't really care. But what about minorities? People that can't really speak, hear, and want to report those emergencies. So our solution is really describe what is happening, locating and reporting to the right people. And our solution is an easy-to-use application that can really report what is happening, locate it, and in this case is going to collect the data, generate a report message, and send it. This is important because for some it's easy, for some it isn't. So help us help the ones who need. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next one, 34, non-linear. Are you ready? Go.
So we are non-linear, and as you know, nowadays tabletop games are on the rise. But if you are alone, how can you play? Well, you can play against a book. But since books are getting electronic, what we did is to pick up a book and convert it into a game, an electronic game. What we did is we have a book test. We did a parser that converts any book into a set of rules. We have an engine that plays with those rules, and you can also have an output of the book graph. For instance, the one that we did is that graph over there. So it's quite complex, as you see, and it's the full book with the full rules. So now let's play.
And how can we play? Like on the books, we choose a potion. We throw some dice to check our strengths and weakness, and we start to decide our path. And every time we reach a creature, we can fight it, and hopefully we can win it. And we can use luck to that. And boom.
We lost.
No, we win.
Okay, so that's it, guys. Back us up.
And
thank you. Next one, 35, Keep Me Alive. Are you ready? Start.
Hi, my name is Paulo. I'm here to talk about our project, Keep Me Alive. First, I have to talk about the story of a friend of mine which recently moved away from home. And as he moved away from home, he moved away from his grandmother. He still worries about her, but he doesn't have the time to talk with her too much. Our mission is to turn the previous image into this image. We want to make the elderly happy. Our solution is to remember the elderly, alert about their feelings, and improve their quality of life. We built a mobile application that the elderly can use to every day send a message to their family about how they feel and why they feel the way they do. The app builds a message and sends it to the family. They receive it, and with time we can check the state and the evolution of their emotions throughout the days. Emotions matter, so vote for us and keep your grandparents happy.
Thank you. Next one, 40, Simon of Things. Are you ready? Start.
Hi, so we are Simon of Things, and we combine the Hack for Good Children and Youth Wellbeing project with Microsoft. So, like the 90s popular game Simon Game, we combined it with the Microsoft app and basically put it in a ball. And this way, we're going to give the kids who are sitting all day, every day at home with their phones, on some apps, not communicating directly with other kids, to go outside, have sportive activities, and actually playing a game while they can collect all their scores and who they beat in the games and how. So, how does it work? Basically, we're putting the Microsoft chip inside of a ball, and it collects all the statistics from the game. Like Simon Game, the ball says what the sequence of the activities that needed to be done, like throw it in the air, pass it around, kick it to a wall, spin it, bounce it on the floor, and the children need to remember the sequence, replicate it, and then another activity is added. They can play it alone, but since it's a ball, it's much nicer to play together. This is where the app comes into play. They can communicate between their friends, everything.
Thank you. Next one, 42, Telco Tourism. Are you ready? Yep. Start.
Okay, so we took the NOS challenge regarding the portal tourism, and the first thing that we managed to realize is that the data inside the GSM operators is not enough. So we need to have extra information, and we need to cross-reference it. The first facts that we got is these ones. 80% of the tourists that visit Cascais and land in Lisbon visit Cascais on the first 3 days. But if it's sunny, the percentage is 981. If it's raining, it's just 35. It's an evolution, but it's not money yet. One of the other things that we managed to get was during the NOS Alive, 30% of the non-residents sleep in Lisbon. And the challenge is if there's any financial benefit from the municipality of Cascais to move the concert there. If you go to municipality Vila Nova de Rabona, you can send them the reports about the events they have. If you go to the hotel group Sobrancelha, you can tell them what is their ranking in the region regarding the competition. All this is safe. And our solution for that is to create an analytics online store where the entry level, the users can buy cheap and fast predefined reports, and the expensive ones have access to a discovery mechanism. That's it.
Thank you. Next one, 44, Kind. Are you ready? Start.
Hi, this is Kind. Did you know that 47% of the youth suffered some type of cyberbullying in 2018? And these are really alarming numbers. Cyberbullying is really hard to spot on chats, but really easy to spot on public posts like Facebook. So we accepted the challenge from Act for Good and came up with Mr. Kind. Mr. Kind is a chatbot that intermediates the conversation and spots bullying content in conversation between two children. So we are aiming to reduce impact of cyberbullying while raising awareness, and we don't want by any means to limit the communication between children. We just want to improve it and make it more kind. So how does it work? As I said, Mr. Kind is a bot as a service, and can scale to other contexts and chats, or integrate gamification like Miniclip. The sender sends a message has cyberbullying content, and Mr. Bot asks him if he really wants to send a message. The receiver receives a blurred message, and Mr. Kind asks him if he really wants to see the message or if he wants to delete it. We always have a feedback system that helps feed our AI engine, and we used Microsoft Cognitive Services and our custom-made machine learning system to help us build this.
Thank you. Next one, 51, Sandbox over HTTPS. Are you ready? Start.
Hi, I'm here to talk about Sandbox over HTTPS. And basically is a service that protects children surfing online. What we do is that we use Microsoft Cognitive Services. This is the trend. And we analyze the content before it gets to the child, and then rate it and classify it. We use DNS over HTTPS, which is a standard. It's implemented on Mozilla Firefox. I will try to demo it. I'm not sure if it will work out because, as you know, the internet is slow. So it's working out. We still have time. Yes, there are cookies. It's very important. And so this is a test for a website. Okay, so it did work out. And it's implemented with Azure Cognitive Services. This one I got right, and Cloudflare Workers. It's fully deployed globally, and you can start using yourself. If you follow this URL, you will see the instructions how to set up for your children or your family and help them to use the service. Okay? Thank you, everyone, and thank you for Pixel Scam.
Thank you. Next one. 54, Smart Appointment. Are you ready? Start.
Hello. So we are Smart Appointment, and our problem is regarding isolation on rural places. So we are from Algarve, and imagine municipalities like Monchique, Lolé, that are very big and have the elderly person is away from the municipality. So what we did is a bot that basically will call every day to the person and ask for how they are doing, basically. And if the person doesn't answer the phone, it will receive a message. So the municipality, in this case, it will receive a message and tell that this person is not answering the phone. So basically, our workflow will be something like SmarterPoint will do several dials. We will receive a connection and providing a feedback. Then the user gives the SmarterPoint receive the feedback, understand, and in case of emergency, it will point a local on a map. This is our dashboard. Basically, will be with the calls and the history records and what are the urgencies. We think of that on other purpose, like a post-operation, when the hospital can call every day and ask the patient the health status, or in fire preparations that the municipality can need to call, and this is mandatory to call every person and go.
Thank you. Next one, 55, Malwizard, the malware analyzer. Are you ready? Start.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tomás, and I'm representing the solution Malwizard. So it's a solution in the cybersecurity area from our previous experience on our team. So what is the problem that we are trying to solve? So for the people that are not related on this area, we always think that everything is automated, everything is fancy, but a lot of times it's not. And people are writing on command line to do a lot of tasks. So as a cybersecurity expert, I used to work like this, and today, on these days, I want to present a solution that collects automatically the intelligence and present on a graph like this. Okay, so let's take a look, quick demo. Okay. So the idea is we still use the command line, but just there, and we search for a specific hash of a malware, and quickly it shows what is the relation that we find out on different sources. Then we go like pixels.com, a domain that we saw on this network, and we try to collect more information about that. And then we go to another source and check what it has about SAPU. And suddenly we see a connection between these two nodes. So finally, this solution, the way we implement is to be generic and to be integrated with multiple partners like Microsoft and Cisco. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next project, 56, ASCII Cell. Are you ready? Go.
Hi. So we are ASCII Cell. We took SIB's challenge, and we took the MB way everywhere quite literally. And we decided that the command line would also be a place to receive some payments. Don't let a graphical interface stand in the way of getting money. So what we did is that we integrated with the SIB's API for the QR codes. We get their QR code, but that image is not possible to be displayed on the command line. So we actually read the code, we transform it again into a new QR code that is properly rendered on the command line. And so then you can actually use your phone to do the payment. The application will detect that it was actually paid, and it will give feedback to the user that the payment was successful. And yeah, that's it.
Next one, 58, ZBit. Are you ready? Go.
So, hello, my name is Caio. I'm here to present ZBit, a video call assistant for blind people. So, why a video call assistant for blind people? Socializing and interacting with people that are not blind gain us awareness of the emotion level of the intellectual, right? So, although we don't notice it, a very important part of our communication comes from visual information, like facial expressions, body language, and reactions. Well, naturally blind people don't have access to this information. What they think, what kind of are there, conservation, and what do they take of them. So we decided to change that. Let's see how. This is a video, a so-called see the video ZBits. Let's see if it works. This is happiness. It is a surprise. As you see, this video in ZBit use the Microsoft API to show what the other people are feeling. Realize that the best way to inform us is the music. So we just want to we send a picture to the API and get the information of this picture. From that information, we play a different song for different feelings. That's all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next one, 59. Can you keep up? Are you ready? Go.
Introducing Can You Keep Up, the portable arcade game that you need to play. We built this using Microsoft's MX chip, and the objective is to survive for as long as you can while shooting at the enemies. You can use the gyroscope to swing left and right, to move the player, and the buttons to shoot the enemies. Innovative algorithms were used to generate the enemy position and maximize your fun, and after several interactions and improvements, we can safely state that this game is a game. It's so addictive that even other people asked us to flash our game into their board so they could compete as well. When you lose, you get the chance to submit your iScore. For this, we used Abbott's IoT platform for communication. We then show the top 10 ranked players in the website. And finally, each time a new iScore is obtained, we trigger a new event. A new tweet, in this case. So, what are you waiting for? Can you keep up?
Thank you. Next one, 62, Fork It for Pixel Scam. Start.
When we go to a restaurant with our family and friends, we go there to have a good time, to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy a good meal. We are not there to wait forever for the waiter or to annoy the waiter with our silly questions. We want an efficient service paired with an efficient payment method. That's why we are introducing Fork IT. Fork IT is an application that allows you to order at many restaurants and pay directly in the app. The secret to Fork IT success is it's highly compatible with multiple billing systems already in the Portuguese market and payment methods like UTrust and MBWay. Let's see it in action. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next one, 64, Village Hood. Are you ready? Go.
Hi everyone, I'm here to talk about Village Hood. So, my grandmother, she lives in a tiny village in what we might call the middle of nowhere. But we know that she's never alone. There's always a friend, a neighbor, someone there's there to help her in any task that she might need. When we get to the city, the situation changes entirely. All people live in large apartment buildings where the disconnection between people is very common and actually expected, and loneliness is the norm. Villagehood is a platform that enables elderly people, which we like to call villagers, to get in touch with their local community and ask for help with those tasks that most of us take for granted, such as carrying a heavy box or properly setting up the TV. This is only capable with the help of trusted volunteers, which we call helpers, and who must be residents in the same geographical area as the villagers. When it comes to tech, Villagehood faces a few challenges, but is ultimately based on a simple architecture. Each villager has a Villagehood phone, an MX chip-enabled device, used to interface with a network, relying on voice recognition for communication with the help of Microsoft Azure cloud services. What happens on the helper side works much like a ticketing system. A villager makes a voice request, which is converted to text and sent to the platform. The helpers access the Villagehood app, where requests can be seen and answered by anyone in the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one, 67, Stay Safe. Are you ready? Go.
Hi everyone. So imagine you to be able to travel with all your information not only encrypted but also hidden inside a media kind of file. We use the end of file tag to put a sentinel after it and then write an environment with binary data that will include all the kinds of files that you want to store. Let me show you a video of the algorithm working. Four megabyte file. It analyzes the file, the information inside. We make a copy to be able to see. Some password stored. And then when the environment is stopped, everything gets stuck all inside the picture. In this case, it's a picture over again. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed it.
Thank you. Next one, 70. Acadia. Are you ready? Go.
So, our project is Acadia, which is based on the common sense that everything should be available anywhere, anytime. So, we found out that this doesn't happen with VR. People are using VR just to look cool, not to have fun as they should. And we did some research, we did some studies, and we find out that VR is not as mainstream as it should be. More, that VR is now officially dead. And so we invented a technology called augmented real-time shoot 'em up to build a shooter game. And based on these real classics, we built this shooter when you can have fun and shut down some planets. And we want you to step out of this fancy technology and use cheap things like these goggles cost like €4 in the supermarket, because really, anyone can do a VR game nowadays, and we just wanted to show you that. So, RTP spent some time with us, as you can see, so you should spend your tokens with us too. You can play our game at arcadevr.dev. Thank you, everyone. We have some goggles if you want to try it out.
Thank you. 76. IoT to Care, are you ready? Go.
Hi guys, we're IoT to Care, and we would like to thank Microsoft for giving us this awesome little device so we could do all of this, and Act for Good for the idea. So we are not getting any younger, and sooner or later we all need someone looking out for us. But what if there is no one? Well, IoT to Care is always there. So, why this? Falls are the second leading cause of accidental injury deaths worldwide, and half of the medications for chronic diseases are not taken as prescribed. So we came up with this awesome device that warns you when you have to take your pills, and it also helps you see when there's a fall, okay? It detects that you have fallen, and it calls for help immediately. So pretend you're this elderly man. Thank you, Daciano, for this. And you have fallen. On the left side is without the device, on the right with the device. And it calls for help, and someone will pick you up. Also, thank you for Nurse Tito for doing this. So, this is it. IoT for Care. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Next one, 84, Price is Right. Are you ready? Go.
So we did a fun game that uses app coins and raises brand awareness for continents.
You wage one app coin with your mobile wallet to enter the game. When the payment is received, the game starts.
Inspired by the Price is Right, you now have to guess the correct price of the items. We fetch product info like image, name and price from Continent's API. You get 10 points when you get it right, you lose 10 points when you miss, or the countdown time expires.
The game ends when either you lose all of your points or are able to make 50 points. If you do win, you are credited back 10 app coins.
To make things easier for you, the products we chose for the demo are from the approval of diet of Pixels Camp: noodles, energy drinks and coffee. So you guys feel at home while playing along.
No designers were harmed or consulted during this process.
We also didn't use containers, React, Elixir, but we did use Continents API and AppCoins. We are on a hackathon. Why address one challenge when you can do many, right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Next one, 85, Command Station. Are you ready? Start.
Okay, so Command Station is a multiplayer couch platform for games that you control in your smartphone. So you turn the browser into your console, you connect your PC to your TV, for example, you create a new session, you and your friends join that session with the smartphone, you select the game, and you play with the smartphone as controllers. Then as a game developer, we provide an API to create games. We handle the boring stuff like the lobby creation, the controller events, and you just develop the game according to our API. So now a live demo. Okay, so we create the session. So now we join with the number 606 on top. Now what? Okay, now we started the game apparently. Not according to script. So we won the first, so the green one won the first round, which is me. And then we have to get away from this. So now we can lose again. So we go back to the first screen, we can choose another game and play it. Everything is almost fully working. The idea is to have a platform that is open source and that people can submit their games to, and we can enjoy a lot of games, indie games, fun games. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one, 87, using MBWay for recurrent payments. Are you ready? Go.
Hi, we want to talk to you about improving something we already love, MBWay. You already use it for most things in your daily life, but there's one thing missing, recurring payments. Think paying for Netflix or your gym membership using MBWay. Right now, you either use direct debit or you share your credit cards. That means paperwork or unsafe data. The security measures for both these methods are the same thing. You set up an arbitrary payment limit which can still be exceeded with a legitimate transaction. Think your phone bill. If you make some calls outside of your plan, you may still exceed the limit, and then your payment is refused, your provider doesn't get their money, and you have to contact customer service. Here enters MBWay. You only need to share your phone number, which you probably already did, and you always know how much you're paying before you accept the transaction, so you don't need any limits. And if there's any issue, you can just contact customer service after declining the transaction and receive a QR code and easily get things right. Merchants already have the mechanisms for handling recurrent payments. You already get billed periodically. And integrating this with the MBWay API is extremely simple, which should make life easier for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, last project, 88, Pix Fraud. Are you ready? Yes. Go.
We are Pixels Fraud. I am Inês Pessoa, a data scientist enthusiastic, and my colleague Bernardo Vieira is a developer. We accept the challenge from FreeDesign, the Catch the Fraudster challenge. The main point of this challenge is to predict fraudulent transactions with machine learning algorithms. This is a classification problem because we have a training dataset with labeled data with zeros for not fraudulent transactions and ones for fraudulent ones. To achieve the final point, predicting the fraud in a test dataset, we followed this pipeline. We spend 90% of the time in sampling and doing feature engineering tasks. After that, we did undersampling to balance the rows with zeros and ones. We also applied standardization, feature selection, and PCA to training the data before training the model. The final results was that the model can predict true positives more than 60% of the time that fraud occurs. It could be better, but we just trained the model with a sample, and that fact can limit our final results. That's all.
Thank you. So, we're done. Thank you so much. We will wait half an hour, so up until 5, 2 votes. Please vote. We have a small entertainment for you. Meanwhile, so stay around. See you in half an hour. Bye.